Thank you, Nancy. And of course, to conclude our area 32, we'll be hearing from Jonathan. Can you confirm, Jonathan, you can see me, hear me, and you can see the timer on the top left-hand corner of your screen?
Yes, thank you, Contest Chair.
Perfect. Jonathan Hood, Power of Water. Power of Water. Jonathan Hood.
The power of water. Now, the purpose of this speech is to create an awareness and a call to action to address the water crisis in the world. I'm hoping that you're going to be motivated to conserve water in the future and donate money to charity to fund water projects. Now, water is important to me because it is fundamental for human life. I have visited various parts of the world where clean water was not available, and many people were sick from diarrhea and cholera. Many years ago, I recall visiting rural villages in Western India and seeing the pain and suffering in people's faces because of drought. I felt embarrassed about how much water we have in North America and that we really should be doing something to help these villages. Now, water is a precious commodity, more so than a bar of gold, and it's cheap. However, we have a world water crisis. By 2025, 50% of the world's population will live in a water-stressed area. This crisis has a large impact on developing nations and areas where water is scarce, such as California. Now, households use water for drinking, for sanitation, and basic hygiene services. But the biggest use of water worldwide is for agriculture, and we need food. Now, the facts about water. Water covers 70% of the Earth's surface, hence the name Blue Planet, but only 1% of this water is accessible and drinkable, with most being ocean water and the rest being in glaciers and snowfields. The distribution of usable water is uneven, with some countries like Canada having vast quantities of water and other countries having an inadequate supply. Now, the world climate is getting warmer, and this is going to put additional stress on the water supply. Nearly 1.1 billion people lack access to clean water. Inadequate sanitation is an issue for 2.4 billion people. Unsanitary water is the cause of 80% of disease in developing nations and 2 million deaths a year. Water infrastructure in most developing nations is simply inadequate. Now, the growth in world population has put stress on the ecosystem. Freshwater replenishment is essentially diminishing as the world population consumes ever greater quantities of water. Essentially, more water is being consumed than can be naturally replenished. Now, the loss of water or vegetation from deforestation, overgrazing, urbanization is simply destroying the natural ecosystem that produces clean water. In fact, 80% of the world's wastewater is not treated. Now, water scarcity also means that women and children in developing nations have to walk miles every day just to collect water. This is an enormous physical burden, and it reduces attendance to schools, especially for young girls. Now, on the other hand, the average American family consumes 300 gallons of water daily, mostly for indoor consumption. And we have so much water that we can afford to fill swimming pools and water lawns. Now, a major challenge in North America is the water infrastructure is deteriorating despite significant recent investments. We're simply not investing enough money to upgrade the pipes that serve our communities. A lot of these underground pipes are over 50 years old, And Ontario municipalities estimate the leakage rate to be between 10 and 15%. Unfortunately, this is not an issue that gets a lot of political attention. Now, I propose a call to action. Everybody can contribute to a solution that will make clean water available throughout the world. Number one, please donate money to charities that provide funding for water projects in areas of the world that people don't have access to clean water. This can make a huge difference to people's health and their daily lives. Number two, we should be careful in our consumption of water. We can make more efforts to be environmentally friendly in our households. For example, my wife and I, we have a high efficiency washer, a high efficiency shower heads and toilets in the house. Number three, we see water as an important environmental issue in the world, and we ask local politicians to support investments in water infrastructure, both domestically and internationally. We can make a difference in this world. We use the power of water to save lives. Thank you.